What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Garage Hub. We got to do some work on this car today. I've been hearing some clicking noises coming from the wheel suspension area, and I think it's the wheel bearing, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. All right, with the wheel in the air, if I can put my hands down here. I don't know if you can hear that, but I got a little bit of movement back and forth, which is telling me it's probably the wheel bearings. So I went ahead and ordered some new wheel bearings on the Rock Auto. I got the right ones. We'll look at those in a bit. But first, let me bring this back down and take the wheel off. Safety first. I don't like using an impact on these lug nuts or wheels, so I use a speed handle. There's a couple of 19s on the back, I believe. There we go. See how I use my hand as a hammer? Yep. We need our caliper hanger. Get that off. Your caliper hung up. Alright, let's get the rotor off. Oof. That was hard. And see if you can hear any noise here. Hear that? I feel like that's movement in the bearing. Let's get this cap off. A little Lyle pry bar. Perfect for this. Look at that. Easy. Next, we'll have to remove this cotter pin. Maybe. There it is. And then this is a 30mm nut. Breaker bar. Torque on these is about 180 foot-pounds. We'll double check. There we go. There's our nut. Our washer's still in there. There we are. Well, we'll take this over to the bench and take a closer look. Alright, now with the hub here on the bench, we'll take this washer out. Take the washer out. Well, that's not supposed to come apart. Now, I don't have a shop press or a hydraulic press to push down on this and remove it. Well, actually, push down from this side and it'll come out of that side. But there's a clip inside of here that we'll take out, clean some of this grease off, then we'll clean the whole hub afterwards. There's two little notches down here, so we'll use a couple of pry bars and get those out. I got these little mini pry bars. Pull that up right there. Pull that up right there. I like to, protect. Grip it right here. Squeeze and remove. Just like that. So now what I did is I went over to O'Reilly and rented a master front wheel drive hub bearing remover installer. Anyway, let me show you guys that apparatus. So this is it right here. It's an EverTough 67-213. It's like $380 or something to rent. And as you can see, it's badly bent. I was checking it out when I got in the store, and even these plates are, pretty bent, but I think we can make it work. Anyway, let me set this up on the bench and we'll start pressing that bearing out. Alright, so I'll show you how all this kind of sets up. I've got my new bearings here. Like I said, I got these from Rock Auto. These are SKF. They're made in Japan, so that's good. FW123. These are real nice. Not too expensive. They're only about $38. So that's not bad. So this is the Ichiba. I don't know. Some weird name. But it's the S13 5-lug conversion kit. Now these use just S13 bearings. That's what this is. It's an S13 bearing. But we'll go over how to remove it. So we're going to want to pull this bearing out. Look at that one. Pretty loose too. So we'll insert it this way. So we'll use this guy basically as our press. Put that in here. Thread this on there. And then we're going to use a combination of these cattywampus things. See, that one's too narrow, so we'll skip that one. That one looks wide. Probably going to be this one. Let's see if this one will work. Jeez, that's bent. I need to take these things out of service. I think what I'll do is I'll put this one here and then put that one on the other side. Yeah, that'll work. Let me get the screws for this. Or the bolts, I should say. See if we can float that there. Bring this in. Yeah, that'll probably work. So we'll thread this guy all the way in. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to put this back in. And let's see how. Yeah, I think that might work. Okay, now we just need a couple of wrenches or an impact. I guess you could use an impact. I don't really want to use an impact because then it'll just be super loud and, you know, extra dangerous. Alright, I believe it's a 1/16 and a 15/16. Yep. Let me mount this to the vise. It's a good idea. Alright, got it mounted up. That should be better. So I'll put my 15/16 down at the bottom. Slap this one up top. And just start giving her the beans. Oh, my need. You know what? Let me swap. I'll put a couple of plug nuts in here. Then I'll get a 15/16 socket. It's a 1/2-inch ratchet. That'll give me more leverage. Alright. There we go. Hear that pop? Alright. You just keep working it. It's getting a little softer. Let's see more of the bearing there. Alright, I think we'll be able to just tap it out by then. So now I should be able to just knock this bearing out. I'm going to use some of the spacers that the kit came with. So I got a spacer here and this other one. And yeah, that clears perfect. Wrong side though. Like that. Like that. Maybe we'll get lucky. I think we got lucky. There we go. All right, I've got my hub cleaned up, nice and clean, free of grease, the old grease. We got our old bearing, and we're going to want the seal towards the back of the hub or towards the vehicle. We'll just drop that in there. Make sure it's nice and square. Give it a few taps on the outside just so it don't fall on us. Okay, that looks pretty square. So I'm going to be using these spacers once again, like this. And well, actually, no, because we got to pull. Yep, this way. So we'll set it up like this in the press, and then push down on this with something that'll touch the outer diameter of this bearing, because we don't want to touch or push on the inner race. So let me go find one that'll fit nicely. Looks like step washer. What are you doing? Okay. Yep, that one's good. Left a little mark. That's okay, step washer. So we'll use that to pull it all in. Let me get you guys set up over here. All right, now that we're over here, we're going to use this whole assembly, set it in there, and use the spacers. Then we're going to insert our bolt. Oh yeah, that's going to work great. And then take our 15/16 again. And you can see it just going in nicely. Now you don't want to put grease or anything. It's got a little bit of oil on it, but that's fine. But you don't want to put any grease in here. There's no need. You'll know when you get to the bottom because it won't go anymore, right? It says not to exceed 3 tons, but this thing's not exerting 3 tons, I don't think. Bearing made it all the way down, which I'm pretty sure it did. Get rid of our step washer. So if you guys see in here, we've got enough clearance for our washer or our clip to go into here. So we know our bearing's fully seated in the hub. Okay, we'll get this out of here so we can put our clip in. The service manual also says to inspect it for any cracks or anything, and I don't see any, so we should be good. So I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm just going to compress it. Get it into there. Then I'm going to take a pry bar, probably the straight one, kind of push up on it, give it a few taps in. Cool, we got 2 clicks into it. It's good to go. All right, I got my spindle cleaned up. We're gonna go ahead and put our hub back on. Put our washer in here. Snug that up a bit. Yeah, see, there's no play with this one, and it's not even torqued yet, so that's good. All right, now we need our torque wrench. Oof. There we go. 180 foot-pounds. Oh Oh yeah, that's good. Nice. All right, now we gotta do a cotter key. So we'll grab a new one. Bend that up a bit more. There we go. Cool. And we'll put our cap, which becomes our seal. No more noise. No more danger, basically is what I'm saying. Next thing we'll do is we'll put our rotor on. We'll run a lug nut on it so that it stays put. Get out of there. I'm blind. I can't see nothing. Whoa. Then we're going to torque them to 72.5 foot-pounds. There we go. Undo our lug nut. Get our light out of there before I forget it. Done. All right, I hope you guys found this useful. You can change the bearings on the Ichiba or whatever brand 5-lug conversion hubs with the regular or the OEM wheel bearing. SKF is a really good brand. There's other brands out there, but they're not. National actually makes pretty good bearings, but I went with Japanese because, you know, Japanese. Anywho, if you guys liked it, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Catch you guys next time. Peace.